Magandang araw ka mag-aral. Ito si Sir Bernard, ang iyong guro at gabay sa inyong pag-aaral dito sa Mathematics Grade 6. Ihanda ang module, lapis at papel at tayo ay mag-aaral. Our lesson for today is percentage, rate, and base. After going through this lesson, you are expected to find the percentage, rate, and base or percent in a given problem, as well as to solve routine and non-routine problems involving percentage, rate, and base. To understand this lesson well, read and analyze first the short problem and observe how the idea of percentage, rate, and base to solve the problem. Here is the problem. Robin's daily allowance is 40 pesos. He spends 12 pesos for snacks. This is 30% of his daily allowance. In this situation given, we can say that 12 pesos is 30% of 40 pesos. We write again that 12 pesos is 30% of 40 pesos, that 30% of Robin's allowance is 12 pesos. In this case, you can now easily identify which is the percentage, the rate, or the base. We let P be the percentage, R be the rate, B be the base. Let us write again the 12 pesos is 30% of 40 pesos. Let us have 12 pesos as the percentage, and that is your P. 30% as your rate, and that is your R. 40 pesos, which is the base, and that is your B. Let us understand percentage, rate, and base. Let us have the example, 12 pesos is 30% of 40 pesos. Let us understand percentage. Percentage is the number or the amount that represents. If we have here the whole circle that represents the whole number, taking the percentage from the whole number, which is 40 pesos, then we have 12 pesos as the percentage. These 12 pesos represents the 30% of the whole circle or the 40 pesos. And that is your percentage. Again, let us have 12 pesos is 30% of 40 pesos. This time, we're going to have the rate. Rate is the number compared to 100. Now we have here the rate as 30%, that we have here percent, which means per 100, that 30 is compared to 100, and we are referring to rate. It is usually has either a percent sign or the word percent with it. Taking this circle as our illustration, that 30% can be taken out from the whole, which is equivalent to 100%. So if we have here now to take the 30% from 100%, that is your rate taken from the whole circle, and the remaining now will be 70%. That is your rate. Again, let us have 12 pesos is 30% of 40 pesos. This time, we're going to study or understand base. Base is the number that represents the whole or entire amount. Let us have a circle on our right side. This circle represents your 40 pesos, that is the whole or the entire amount, which is also the 100% of all your rate. And this is now your base. How to solve percentage, rate, and base. To solve for percentage, rate, and base, we're going to use formulas. The Tecon triangle can help you remember the three formulas. Here is your Tecon triangle. You will see here that above R and B is the P and below P is R and B. If we're going to take P as the percentage, the formula will be P equals R times B. If we're going to take R or the rates formula, we'll have now P divided by B. And if we're going to take B or the base formula, we'll have now P divided by R. Now let us have example number 1. That is finding the percentage or the P. Find the 75% of 60. Rate or R is 75%. The base B is 60. And the percentage P is the unknown or the one we're going to solve. Let us solve the problem using decimal form. Let 75% equals to 75 hundredths. Remember that 75% means per hundredths. That is, in decimal form, 75% is 75 hundredths. The first thing to do is change the rate into decimal. Since percentage P equals rate R times base B, wherein rate is 75 hundredths and base is 60, then P equals 75 hundredths times 60, that we have now percentage is 45. Remember that 75 hundredths is multiplied by 60 to come up with the answer of 45. Now let us have example number 2. Still on finding the percentage. There are 250 pupils in a school. If 40% of them are boys, how many boys the school have? Let rate R equals 40%, the base B 250 pupils, the percentage P is the unknown. Let us solve the problem. Let 40% equals 40 hundredths. That is changing the rate into decimal form. Since percentage P equals rate R times base B, wherein rate is 40 hundredths and base is 250, then P equals 40 hundredths times 250. Taking the product of 40 hundredths and 250, the percentage now is 100. Now let us have example number 3. This time, we're going to find the rate or the R. 45 is what percent of 75? Percentage P is 45. The base B is 75. then the rate R is the unknown or the one that we're going to solve. Let rate R equals the n%. Then we'll have now the n% of 75 is 45. Let n% be in the ratio form of n is to 100. Since percent means 100, we will compare n to 100. N, 45 is a part of 75. Then we have now the proportion as n is to 100 equals 45 is to 75. Remember, in this part, we are solving the problem using proportion. Then, we cross multiply that n times 75 equals 100 times 45, which is 75n equals 4,500. We come up now, n equals to 60. Why? We divided both sides by 75. That 75 divided by 75, the n will remain. Then 4,500 divided by 75, then we'll have now 60. Therefore, the rate R is 60%. Now let us have example number 4. Finding the base B. In Mr. Lazo's math class, 8 pupils got high scores on the test. If this is 20% of the total number of pupils in the class, how many pupils does he have in all? Let the rate R equals 20%, the percentage P, 8 pupils, and the base B is the unknown or the one we're going to solve. Let us solve the problem using proportion. Let rate R equals 20%, the percentage P as 8 pupils, then 20% equals 20 is to 100. That is, making 20% into a ratio form, we compared 20 to 100, that is now 20 is to 100. And 8 pupils is a part of the class, then we have now the ratio form as 20 is to 100 equals 8 is to n. Then we have to cross multiply again. 20 times n equals 8 times 100. So we have now 20n equals 800. Finding for the value of n, we divide 20 on this side and 20 also on this side. Remember, this is the product of the means and the product of the extremes. So 20n divided by n, we have n, and 800 divided by 20, we have 40. So n is equal to 40. Therefore, the base now is 40. The total number of pupils in the class is 40. Now let us have example number 5. Solving word problem. There are 200 participants attended during mathematics seminar workshop. If 40% of these were men and the rest are women, how many are women participated in the mathematics seminar workshop? Let us understand the word problem. First, what is asked in the problem? The number of women participated in the seminar workshop. What are the given facts? 200 participants. Of the total, 30% were male. Let us plan the problem. You will see here that there are 200 participants. Men are 40% and women are 60%. If there were 40% men participants, we have 100% minus 40%, that is 60%. Therefore, 60% are women. You can use the formula for finding the percentage, which is P equals R times B. Now let us solve the problem. If we're going to use the formula, we have P equals R times B, then the rate now is 60%, or in decimal form, it is 60 hundredths. The base as 200 participants, the percentage as the unknown, and we have now P equals R times B, that P is equal to 60 hundredths times 200, then P is equals to 120. That is, taking the product of 60 hundredths times 200 will have 120. The answer now is, there were 120 women participants in the seminar workshop. Let us summarize the lesson. Percentage is the amount that represents a part of a whole. To find the percentage of a number, you can change rate R to decimal or fraction and then multiply it by the given number base, or multiply the percentage of percent or rate R by the given number or base B. Base is the number that represents the whole or entire amount. In finding the base B, just divide the percentage P by the rate. Rate is the number compared to 100. Usually, it has either with a percent sign or the word percent with it. To find the percent or rate, divide the percentage P by the given number or base B, or rewrite the number as fraction, then change the denominator to 100. Simplify and write the percent symbol. Thank you! At muli, it is si Sir Bernard, ang iyong guro at gabay sa pag-aaral na nagsasabing, mag-aral ng mabuti upang umunlad ang sarili. Paalam!